Welcome back to another devlog for my game Colorless. It's actually a lot sooner than usual when I get another video out, and that reason is that I've been slamming my head on my keyboard so hard to make this game that I might as well have gone crazy because Jesus Christ! If you ever attempt to make a game, beware if it's anything bigger than a roguelite, because I don't know how people can come out sane when they're trying to get 5 hours of productive work each day on a game. Most of it is a repetitive testing cycle, squinting at your code for an hour trying to figure out what the hell just went wrong, and constant staring. Just staring at your screen. Staring at your game engine while bug testing. Staring at your code when you run into a bug. Staring at Sprite seeing if the art could be better.
But Adam, I thought you said that making a game isn't so bad.
Yeah, to a point. This project might just be a bit bigger than what most games are, and that's kind of the reason why I'm ranting to you about it, so you can feel my pain. Now, why do I say such discouraging things? Well, let's start by talking about a new feature we have. The cooking system. I see this in my sleep. Nightmares, usually. Similar to Paper Mario, you can cook and combine items to make better items for your battles. Got some leftover slime? Well, cook it to make some jello that can boost your attack. Want to make your items heal more? Combine them to get better healing effect. Honestly, creating the code for the cooking and combining was quite simple, but this is why I say such discouraging things. Creating menus. Oh my god, UI makes me want to blow my brains out! If you're creating menus that scroll up and down or shift from left to right, etc, there is so much bug testing that needs to be done with the menus and all the cases that deal with your inventories. What if the player didn't have? What if the player only had regular items? What if it was the other way around? That wasn't a recipe. What if they only had a full battle inventory? This is probably one of the more complicated things that I've made so far, and God, I still don't know if I checked every single case out there, but for now, I think we're all set. Next, status effects. This was a bit more easy to implement because creating a system to give status effects and keep track of them is pretty easy. Just remember, coding is all numbers, and those numbers determine what happens. If an attack has a chance to burn, roll a d20. If it hits a number that is bigger than the success number, then there you go, you burned the enemy. If they have a lower number, don't give them the burn. At the end of each enemy's turn, check to see if their status is not normal. If it isn't normal, do the effect specified. Take the status timer and subtract it by 1. If the status timer is 0, get rid of the status. Obviously, that's not all the checks you need to do, but at least it wasn't like the cooking system. Now, what is something everyone likes? Bright colors, lights, and particle effects. The colorless area now has a bit more personality with some added particle effects, blockades, and lights. Not only that, I added a new puzzle. Not very hard puzzle, but another simple blockade one. Gotta light the 2 torches to open a door, and maybe even light a big one to open a big stone door. We now have a new battle scene, and since we have a new battle scene, we gotta have new music. The colorless area battle scene finally has a theme, and I also created a whole separate video if you would like to listen to it in full. It follows most of the same ideas of the overworld colorless theme, but brings it up to a faster tempo and more exciting rhythms and sounds. Few small things before we go to a section I like to call I am a bad coder. The volcano hasn't changed much, but I added the main mechanic you will use in the volcano. I won't spoil it for you, but it has to do with these buttons and this extravagant furnace. The last small thing is that the creation of the cutscene where you first meet Gus the Red Color Spirit is in development. I am about halfway done with the cutscene right now. Alright, you've all been waiting for it. Welcome to a section I like to call I am a bad coder. This part of the video is filled with main bugs I caught while doing my monthly playtest. The frustration, the realization, and acceptance that nothing can be too broken. Here's the list I got for this month. First one on the list is chest keeps giving items even after the chest is open when clicking space in the trigger of the chest. And I even updated by saying every time I click space I get a duped item. I can't believe this bug was in my game for so long, and I was genuinely surprised I didn't even catch it until now. I forgot to check if the player had already opened the chest when updating the opening animation, and it also didn't care if you were still in the trigger area because I forgot to add an exit on trigger line. But easy fixes, nothing crazy. I won't go over this entire list, but just some of the big ones and interesting ones that are harder to figure out. For example, the very next bug. When an NPC walks into the player while they are doing an attack, or when they are in the menu, they are able to talk to the NPC. This one was a little tricky to find and think about. If a randomly walking NPC walks close to me so much that I can interact with them, I am able to talk to them even if I am still doing an attack or messing with the menu. This can cause problems as I can do a lot more breakage if you're able to stay in this kind of state. Not too hard to fix though, as all you gotta do is add a boolean to check to see if they are in the menu or doing an attack. I kind of want to group these ones into one segment. All of these have to deal with some breakage of the battle system. The first one deals with menu breakage and the next three deal with special attack breakage. There is a reason why playtesting is so important. Some of these bugs are minor at best but can cause huge problems later and can make the game less enjoyable to see all the junk. Obviously, this was only me playtesting, so I'm only doing half of the job right now. The other half is figuring out if others can break it and how much fun they are having. I really want to get a demo out soon, but I very much underestimated what I want to have completed before that happens. I want to have the first chapter of the game completed, all the bosses, cutscenes, enemies, areas, and special attacks. I also want to have an almost complete battle system and completed mechanics like the cooking system, item shop, item use, and item inventories. I want a completed soundtrack of just the first area of the game, and lastly, a completely polished rendition of what the game will play like. I would love to add side quests, but looking at what I have to do now, I won't be able to release a demo in a very long time if I had to add some side quests. That's pretty much all I got for this devlog. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing because you're probably going to come back anyways, and give the video a like. If you have any questions about starting to make a game, music, and coding, leave a comment. I'll gladly answer any problems or concerns that you might have if I know about it. I hope to see you in the next devlog, and thank you so much for watching.